Please give it up for our cowboy comic, Fred Waltz.
Howdy, how are ya? All right. You know, us cowboys, some of us ain't a little bit, we're not real book smart, but I was telling my wife the other day, you know, honey, I was actually complaining. I said, honey, you know, I'm not the brightest star in the night sky. And she's so sweet and treats me right. And she says, well, honey, you're just like the North Star. You're as bright as the North Star. Your only problem is you twinkle off and on a little bit more than most people. So, us cowboys, we do have a lot of common sense. Got to tell you, all these wonderful evergreen trees up here in the North Woods, and that clean air and that clean water is not the reason for all that beautiful pale skin you see up here. It's actually from hibernating 8 months out of the year. So, you know, it's kind of scary when you suffer from PTSD. Some of my symptoms are tremors, night sweats, and unwanted memories. They have absolutely nothing to do with 21 years of active duty military service and everything to do with divorce. So I travel a lot, and here just this last week, my good buddy Jimbo and I was in Las Vegas for the National Finals Rodeo, and a feller comes up to me and he says, hey, cowboy, he says, what's a hootenanny? I said, well, it's kind of like a shindig, but really like a hoedown. And I could tell he was all confused because his face got all discombobulated and everything. So, you know, back in the day, we used to saddle up and ride to town on Saturday night and go shopping for the essentials, like sugar and flour, coffee and lard. But nowadays, you know, you can actually drive to town every day. And I just find that amazing. You can go to Starbucks and Target and Burger King. But that can be kind of scary too, because that's when cowboy stress disorder sets in. In CSD, we call it. And that's, CSD is when you get a hankering for having a cattle prod as you're strolling through Wally World. So, when you don't come to town very often, you have trouble communicating with other folk. You know, so after the rodeo, me and Jimbo, we ended up in a biker bar. And I seen this really nice, attractive young lady. She had the prettiest blonde hair I ever done seen in my life. Jimbo nudges me and he says, well, go on over there and say howdy. So I moseyed on over there and I said, excuse me, missy, but I gotta tell you, you got the prettiest blonde hair I've ever done seen in my life. Can I touch it? And she says, well, sure. So I slowly ran my fingers across her upper lip, and that's when the hootenanny broke out. Thank you very much.
Freddie Waltz, everybody.